Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, it's Coach Abby and Coach Logan, and today we're going to go over how to work out and what is involved with having a good training session. So, how to read your workout, how to warm up, how to cool down, how to progress either within your workout or, kind of figure out what weights to use. And that'll pretty much do it.
Start it.
Carry on.
No. All right. So this is kind of foundational to everyone who comes in here. If you already know all this information, great. It's just a refresher. But if not, this could be new information. So we'll just go in detail as best we can, but not too much detail. Don't nerd out too heavily. So
A normal amount of detail.
when you come in, you have your workout set up, good for the day. Any type of basic warm-up that gets your core temperature a little warm will be more than beneficial. Just a little bit of heat to the muscle gets you going. Try not to get too in depth. And then you
Ride
go
the bike for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that'll be more than enough just to
Yeah.
get you going.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a colder day and you have a little bit of time warming up, or you're an older client and you might need it.
Or if you're always cold, like me.
So warm up, then you kind of set yourself up for your movements. So when you're warming up, example here, A1, A2, you have air squats, ring rows. Might not necessarily need to warm up too heavily. Y'all know if you're doing air squats and you're getting within this proper rep range, as you should know. So checklist when performing a movement. Air squat at that tempo, 3 seconds down, no pausing, explode up, 1 second hold at the top for 10 to 15 reps. If your air squats are a little bit difficult towards the end of the 15 reps within that rep range, then you're doing what you should be doing. If they are too easy, then you know you're probably going to want to load it up in a goblet position or add some type of resistance, or make sure your range of motion is improving, or whatever you can.
Or go slower.
Or go slower, or make sure that you are doing the 3. Then you have your rest period. For rest periods, we would like that to be the minimum rest period. If you are requiring less rest than what is recommended, then you're probably not going heavy enough, going slow enough, or having a full enough range of motion. So keep that in mind. When you are progressing ring rows or body weight specific movements, you need to adjust your position. Now this is about effort, not necessarily something that you can measure. Because of a ring row, you're adjusting your angle within the rack to make sure that that is hard or easy enough to get to that hard or easy rep range. So effective reps, just making sure that 10 to 15 reps is difficult. 1 week it could be harder, 1 week it could be easier. You can always start very inverted or more angled.
The more parallel you are with the ground,
Yes.
the harder a ring row is.
And then the more perpendicular.
So, the more
easier.
upright, just like standing,
Easier
is
it is.
easier.
Yep, and you can always adjust throughout the set itself, just making sure that those those reps are difficult.
Or set to set.
Yes. So do your 3 sets, do your rest. Make sure you're resting enough. Onward to something that involves weight. So B1, B2, dumbbell bench press, Romanian deadlifts. If you are doing a dumbbell bench press, and let's say you've been lifting and working out and you're very strong, you can do 70 pounds, 50 pounds, female, whatever it is, and you have to actually warm up the weight, like you feel like you need to psych yourself up to go right into the repetition, there is nothing wrong with doing warm-up sets. Even if you are actually lifting substantial weight within a back squat, deadlift, or any of these things, those are called warm-up sets, and they won't be considered your working sets. So just because you do a dumbbell bench press, it doesn't mean it has to be one of your 3 sets. So let's say someone comes in and has the ability to do 85-pound dumbbells for 10 reps. We aren't expecting them to go right from here into 85-pound dumbbells for 10 to 15 reps. So maybe take 35 pounds, take that for like 10 reps, take 55 pounds, take that for 10 reps, take 70 pounds for a couple reps, and then you can work into your working sets. We do expect that it can take time for you to warm up for your actual working sets, especially if the loads are going to be heavier. This is super important because you are priming your body to not get hurt. So giving your body the potential to warm up properly allows for less injury, allows for more motor recruitment, allows for you to actually fill the muscles that are being used properly. So let's say tempo's perfect, range of motion's perfect. You guys know what range of motion should look like. So 10 to 15 reps. just to reiterate, if you're getting 15 reps with a weight and you know you could do a few more reps, then more than likely increase load, okay? If you're at 10 reps and your form is going bad, you're losing your tempo, you're losing your range of motion, you're shorting your reps, this is the whole leave your ego at the door thing. We don't care how much you lift. Nobody cares how much you lift. We want you to have good form. We want you to have good tempo, and we want you to feel comfortable going down in weight.
And be safe.
Yeah, don't crush your face. Don't crush your face. So play with that rep range week to week to week. You want to try to increase it. Don't worry, we'll make sure that you're at least increasing your volume at some point, but you have the ability throughout the day, throughout your actual training session, to increase, decrease, as long as you're within that rep range and it feels tough with good tempo, good range of motion, you're doing all you need to do.
Last like 2 to 3 reps should be pretty hard.
Yes. I'll break it.
Wow.
So you go through your workout, make sure you log your results. As you log your results, make sure you are logging your weight, repetitions did with said weight, and any other notes that you think would be important to yourself. If you think it's important to say, felt it a little bit more in my left shoulder, wasn't able to get full range of motion, tempo was fast, even give yourself notes, go up next week. Okay, maybe go down next week. Those things are all important. It's always good to have more information than trying to guess what you did the week prior to.
Cool down.
Cool down, stretching. If you have time, definitely recommended that you ride the bike, assault bike, for a little bit.
Again, 5 minutes is good.
5 minutes is good. And any type of extra stretching that you feel like you might need, definitely ask a floor coach if you're not already getting it, and then they can give you suggestions on it. But this is where you should save most of your static stretching. So the static stretching is the holds. So when you're holding like a toe touch or couch stretch or frog stretch or any of that stuff, this is where that should occur. If you were to do your static stretching at the beginning of the exercise, you might be in a new range of motion that you haven't ever really exercised in, or you might be stretching out the muscles too long and it's just you won't be able to recruit and stuff.
Science.
Stuff. So this is for aggressive long stretching if you feel like you need to improve, but that's something you can ask the floor coach about or ask your coach about.
Getting limber.
That's about it. Hope this was helpful.
I talked so much.
Good for you. All right, y'all. That's it. We'll send out more of these into the world's spheres of medias. So, all right.
Sweet. Bye, everyone.
Bye.